Hey bros, welcome to TLDR episode 13,
Mini devlog for Chaos Kart.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Build Plate. Check out their Etsy shop in the description below. Go grab yourself some super cute 3D printed planters, personalizing your space to make you smile. Thank you so much to the Build Plate for sponsoring this video and supporting indie. Let's get started. So for here, we're going to do some more concept art, basically flesh out all the colors. We have Sketchcraft here yet again. This is really cool to if you want to become a concept artist and kind of see how to make variations of character and everything for a client. There he's kind of creating some swatches and just blocking out the base colors. Kind of do this with normal texturing too with 3D as well, so it transfers over really well from 2D to 3D. Talking back and forth and deciding which color swatches we like the best. He goes to the first one and then he's able to use those as masks, those different colors, or some different variations. I think we have like 6 variations at the very end, and then I go over to Twitter and Discord to ask everyone what they think and which colors they like the most. I wanted to do this before I finished off my 3D model. I wanted to have a guide to how I wanted to run the 3D model and texture the 3D model in Subtitles Painter. We actually were super close on when we did the poll for these on which ones would actually go through as the official talk finish one, and I believe it went to the middle top one. I think there's like 3 of them were just like tied, and awesome to kind of see his pipeline. So on episode 14, we go over a lot more detail work. Details that we're kind of going over shading and lighting and highlighting, a little more fun to it, a little more believability, a little more three-dimensional. I didn't want to waste any time, so when I was working with Rob, I was also doing the lower resolution for talk, which is kind of funny. Definitely check out the live session of episode 14 if you wanted to see a little bit more of how to add details and a little bit of topology. Also, that's the props that talk has, the like bombs or EMP grenades that we were kind of figuring out, and I also talked to Discord about that and kind of figure out which one they like the most. I love these variations, and I love how he was able to quickly iterate. Okay, in episode 15, we're adding different color variations to the carts themselves. So we're kind of seeing how these different color variations look when we add those different colors and those color swatches to the cart. So there he's bringing them into the cart, deleting anything that he didn't want to see in the cart and everything, and adding the different masking first. Once you have a mask, you're able to duplicate that and bring that over. For the other ones, really fast. So we have the front and back. So this is actually pretty overkill, but happy to see these all kind of lined up and everything. And this was a really cool example to show and have a poll on what people like. There in the top left, I am starting to add a little bit of the cart. I started modeling the cart. I wish I wouldn't have the text and everything in front of his work, but definitely check out the live video for episode 15 and see how I'm starting to model the actual cart itself and how he's doing the color variations for the vehicle equivalently to the character. Since I hadn't seen a whole lot of concept art that had to do with color when it comes out of vehicles, and it's cool how they kind of match, the character and the vehicle kind of match, or they should match to feel succinct. And lastly, the live stream 16. We're finishing off the detail work and everything for the vehicles and any kind of detail that we hadn't gone over before. Secondary and tertiary details, I'm adding a little bit more for the cart itself on talk and everything, and going off of his images before the non-color version that I had in my peer rep to go off of and start modeling already, which is really cool to be able to have that already. So I asked him to build up a bunch of different skin types, to basically like ask social media what we like the most. I'm really glad we do those kind of polls. I asked him to kind of create a big list. I love these so much. I believe that a lot of these will probably actually be like skin chromas that will end up either selling or having as base for the card game. Yeah, I kind of asked him to kind of create this like side-by-side grouping. I love the ones with the yellow hair. So I had a couple of different biases myself, but when we did the polls, there was like there still ended up being a pretty big tie with the different talks. But I love the gradient detail he added. This was a really cool experience. I'm really looking forward to working with him again. Definitely check out Sketchcraft's work. But yeah, this should be the last one. I wanted to wrap up all these concept art pieces back to back, just so that we'd have it done. I don't want to have a bunch of TLDRs of just the concept artwork and everything, especially when we're just adding details. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for our sponsor, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Bye. Thank you all for your support and being our Baka bros.
Happy developing, bros.